Ricardo Christie. Dublin, born and bred, originally from Dundrum, half Spanish, Irish, living in Templeogue at the moment, South County Dublin. Today we're in Poolbeg Boat and Yacht Club. A lot of the members would be predominantly local, Ringsend and the surrounding areas, and they would have had a lot of swinging moorings sitting out there just beside the East Link toll bridge. So when you're driving over the East Link and you see those little boats dotted around, they would have been there probably, since at least from the 60s, or if not longer. So a lot of this is intergenerational, grandfather to father to son. The original club was built fairly much like many clubs in Ireland, on the sweat of the members and, their small contributions. And over the years, it's slowly expanded. Now it's, I believe Poolbeg Boat and Yacht Club is one of the more profitable marinas in Ireland, if not the most profitable. It does really well from the port. A lot of international boats come in, a lot of people when they're sailing either around Ireland or in the British Isles, if they're visiting Ireland at all, they would come in through Poolbeg and visit the capital, and this is where they'd stay. So in latter years, I think some clubs haven't fared that well. Volvo around Ireland race contributes heavily to a lot of the smaller clubs around the country, and Poolbeg hasn't suffered that much. It's thrived through both the recession and boom times. It's done really well. Many of the members would have worked for Dublin Port Authority or the docks or the surrounding industries for shipping, etc. And they would have taken to the yachting in a big way. The local Sea Scouts is on Pigeon House Road there, so even before I knew what sailing was, it wouldn't have been something I would have taken to, and something I took up in latter years, But many of the guys have been members and would have started off 50 years ago, 60 years ago in the local Sea Scouts. We've promoted well. It's getting some very good press, and we have some very exceptional athletes that have competed well in the Olympics, and long may it last. As the third largest island in the world, you'd imagine we would compete more than we do, but as I said, the sport is coming along in leaps and bounds. The popularity is increasing. It just takes a bit of courage, saying I want to try something new, and you walk into a new club. Every skipper is looking for crew. If you go into a club and someone buys a boat for 100,000, say, which is expensive, they need a 2 or 3 man crew. If someone walks into a club looking to crew for a boat, you jump on them. You jump on them with 2 feet, and so everyone is welcome. Indeed, everyone's needed in a club. So when I first started in Bray, I started crewing with a small leisure cruiser, and that's how I cut my teeth in the sport. And good fun. Now at the moment, I've picked up a Ruffian, 23 foot I think it is, a very popular boat in Ireland. I'm originally built up in Portadown. It's seaworthy. It's a very good, rugged, small craft. You're looking at in around the budget price, 4,000 or 5,000, ready to go, and that's it, which is quite affordable. There's around 200 of them off in Hong Kong. A lot of guys who worked in the IFSC and had Ruffians, or in around the British Isles and had Ruffians, they would have taken them with them. So if you ever look at Hong Kong Port, you'll see a plethora of Ruffians. A very popular boat for Dublin Bay races. If you don't want to get your feet wet and you want to go out in the bay for a day, great way to spend an afternoon, really is.